going on in the home team? I see Chicago. It's your man Dewayne coming to you live from the city of Chicago, y'all. Chicago is on fire too. My poor little city is going crazy. Oh, Chicago. My people done snap about them migrants. I'm like, oh, y'all done poked the wrong bell, America. Try to tell, try to share information with the brothers. Let them know they don't want to listen. But, hey, life goes on. You know, when them Hebrews come out here and share their information, what's going on, it's done at a cost. At a cost where, in hopes that his people would take hold. Yeah, it comes at a cost. It's not, this chosen thing is not what you think it is, family. It is God's people, and God's moving his people on purpose to his desired end. But if his people have no understanding, like understanding and wisdom, around here playing church, yeah, we are Hebrew Israelites, but we don't understand what that means. I believe a lot of us don't even know how to approach it. I can tell the way that we move around. You can see how when we take hold of it, yes, we're taking hold and we know we are God's people, but to even come to that point, you understand there's a work to be done. It's not like Christianity, family. It's different. Christianity is a springboard. That's man's attempt to get to know the Most High. Then we know at a certain point in time, there's things that went on with that group, which you were led of the Spirit. It's not like I made nobody, hey, you know what? We the Israelites. Stop listening to the preacher and go and search the word yourself. No. The Most High has a spirit. That same spirit in Genesis 1. And the spirit, I believe it's verse 3 or 4. And the spirit hovered over the waters. The spirit. That's the Ruach. Genesis 1, verse 2. I remember it distinctively. It's like at the end of the verse. Just before you get to the end of the verse, it speaks about, and the Spirit of God hovered over the rain, over the water. Well, God's Spirit has a name. Where it has an identifier that when you go to search for it, you can identify it by the word. And the Spirit will bear witness to the truth that it is God's word. Why? Because within a word, which we don't understand, that's how you can know who's woke and who's not. I hear a lot of people talking that woke. A lot of us ain't woke. Yes, we have intentions. I remember I used to listen to people talking about pineal gland. I got to open my pineal. It's already open, fam. Yeah, it may be, as they say, calcified from what? You taking hold of the program that has been given to you, which is not of the Most High. The Most High created songs. So we knowing, and I use the Bible because at some point I gotta admit, you won't need the Bible to come into the spiritual aspect of what the Father has prepared for those who love him. His own. Because you're gonna realize it's in the spirit, family. And that spirit comes from his word. You have to know his word. And once you get to know it, on your way to learning, guess what's going to happen? That spirit of the Most High is going to take residence in you. And you're going to start thinking like you. It's time to solve problems. You're going to look to the law of things. Like with my job. Well, not my job, but my career, my business, automotive technology. I service automotive systems. When a system breaks down, it requires what? Diagnosing and replacing. Any system. Well, that's based on the law of mechanics. The mechanics of this car says it has to have 9 functioning systems to operate effectively and efficiently according to federal standards. They give you a guideline. The late great Dr. Miles Monroe, he did a sermon on that where he talked about it, and it's ringing more true now the more I watch it and think about it. When you buy a product, the majority of us do not open the product to read the instruction on how to either how to build it or how to put it together. We don't read the instructions. Some of us go to YouTube it, look at it, and bam, we think we got it. But within the midst of that, hey, welcome. What's up, Trent? How you doing, baby? Well, within the midst of, there's an instruction. The same goes for the Most High. Now, this is not for everybody, but eventually it'll catch up to you. You probably say, I might as well say it like my wife always says. You steady talking about the same thing because there's a difference. I'm not talking about the same thing. I'm talking about recognizing and having discernment of following God's plan, which is spiritual. And we know it's based on His Word. And when we follow that, there's a different type of blessing that's going to come forth. Of course, the work will be done through your hands. That's the purpose of this video, to recognize how to use discernment. The Father is a spirit. It may not apply to you. That's cool. If it don't apply to you, that's all right. But eventually, it'll catch up to you, because eventually you'll get tired of bumping your head, knowing you're giving your all to something, and it's not producing what that desire and you desire for it to produce. Well, it's the same way with the Most High. If you know you're His and He created you and sent you here on purpose, then why would you follow man's idea on receiving how to unlock the oracles, mysteries, blessings, and even understand the instruction, who you are, and the instruction. Now, when we come here, you can understand clearly what I'm saying is not foreign to you, because when you come here, you are taught a system from the time you were born. What you talking about, lady? Message. From the time you were born, was timed out by a trainer for. What happened? What they say, trainer? What did the message say? Trainer. And who put the message up? AJ. What did they say? Hello, Trina. Whatever. Anyway, good looking. Back to what I was saying. Now, if we're here, we know we created in God's image and likeness. Then we should be looking for the tools There are tools applicable in this day, even in this day and time. That's like when I go in Genesis 1 and I'm reading, he gave me herbs, seed that bear seeds within itself. It's fruits and vegetables. And he gave it to me for meat. So that means he gave me a way to eat. But the only way that I'm going to receive this blessing is to, we know, plant the seed. Do you like ham and cheese sandwiches? That's what he asked. That's cool. We don't play that. We don't eat no pork. No, we don't like no ham and cheese. We follow the Creator's guideline for what foods to eat. Meats, fruits, vegetables. That's what I eat. I eat according to the dietary laws of the Most High. He gave us fruits, vegetables, and actually that's what I'm talking about. If we're to attain this version of our higher self, we know it's not going to come from following what's behind the door on the left hand. Now, if we follow the right hand, and we on the right hand of the Most High's majesty in his word, which he sent. Remember, he sent that word and it came and dwelt among us. Where that same word has a spirit in it coming from the Father. Remember, the Father, his word, and that spirit is one. This is the Father. And it's going to take residence in you, meaning when you're in tune and alignment with him, his instruction. This is what it's going to do for you. And no, we don't eat no ham and cheese sandwiches. Get up out of here with all that swine. We eat no pork over here. We'll never bring that over here. We don't play no games over here neither. Our moderators will drag you real quick. You only gonna get one time out. If you persist in being disruptive when you know we over here establishing a foundation to help our people and even others, you ain't gonna be welcome over here. We do things decent and in order over here. This kingdom. And we care like the streets. This ain't no church. We disciples of God in the streets, family. Real talk. Wherever we at. We might be in your schools, and you might find us in your workforce. Those who waking up, we coming out of there, starting our own businesses. But that's a part of the essence of keeping in lockstep with the Father's purpose. He has an instruction and an order of operation in keeping his commandments. Looking to him, following the instruction. He tells you meat is A, B, C, and D. And these are the foods you should be eating from certain cattle. You shouldn't eat A, B, C, and D. Then do your research on those things you know you shouldn't be eating. Because a lot of people will tell you when Messiah came, he changed these things. And I don't understand because at the same time, we talking about what the food will actually do to you, which is a known fact. This is the law, the natural law at work. You could say that, but if I eat that pig, I know what it's gonna do according to the law. This is what it does. It doesn't stop because you saying, "Oh, I'm praying over it in the Messiah name." How you gonna pray that the law? And when you praying, that means you coming into agreement because when the Messiah prayed, he was doing something. So you should be moving as he is, thinking as he is. We have to up our thinking. We have to up our thinking because now we are sons. What you laughing at, lady? Now we are sons of the Most High, and it yet appear what we may be. Y'all might not be used to anyone ever using the Bible, but I use the Bible for instruction. Every day, family. Behold, 1 John chapter 3, verse 2. Behold, now we are sons of Elohim, and it doth not yet appear what we shall be. Why? Because you got to get this understanding. Remember, we are to put on the mind of Christ. Christ is the word of the Father. So he embodies everything the Father ever said or done. Then we know it was through him that all things were created. And not one thing that was made without him creating it. Now think about it. A lot of people tell you the Father is a man. Yes, he came in the flesh, but he is not a man. There's a difference. That's like when you're looking at the letter of the law, you're looking at the oral traditions. When you approach it, you have to understand there's a spirit. Now, what that does is it establishes order. It establishes the things, the order of instruction is in keeping his commandments and what you should do and what the things that you shouldn't do. And we understand clearly the things that we should do will bring about an expected end. Just as he said. But if we don't operate with this mind, that's what it means by when your pineal, I want to open my third eye. That's the spirit. That's the God in you, family. That's what connects you to eternity. You're a transmitter. I was listening to a professor. I don't know if he was a professor, but this gentleman who was speaking about the power of Don't forget to hit that like button on your way in and like and share, subscribe to this channel. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. I'm gonna have to pay you. I'm gonna have to pay you. You on the right track. Go on, boo boo. Now, when you get it, that's what brings you to that expected end. The Father expects you to operate in. So when he look down, he see his sons. He see his children, and he'll know them by the Spirit. Not because of what the world tells me. Okay, Dewayne, if you do A, B, C, and D, then this is what you will achieve. If you go to school, you can get the education. You get the education, you can use it to do what? Whatever list of possibilities you can achieve once you put that work in under that instruction. Same thing with the Father and what he expects. That's why Christ said, let me finish that 1 John 5:3. That's why Christ said what he said when he said what he said. You can be of the world, but not in the world. All right, baby. I know you at work. You doing triple time. This is another job too. We gotta get our numbers up so we can establish a working. This is a job, really. We can get that work and get the paper flowing, and I can pay you, and I will be able to build and have that platform where I can help those that can really use it. That's what the Most High will give you. Open the door, the storehouse of heaven, and pour down on you. That's what his wealth is for. The Most High is the one who makes you wealthy or poor, who gives life or death. It is the Most High who makes rich or poor. So, understand how I'm learning. Trust me. Just pay attention to what I'm saying. I know what I'm talking about. I'm not off here because we're operating according to a higher standard, a standard that was set before even the foundation of the earth. Remember, you are a spirit. You are God's spirit. Remember in the beginning, Genesis 1, verse 26, he said, come, let us create man. Let us create this vessel in our image and after our likeness. we know Elohim is a spirit. And they that worship him in spirit and in truth. Remember the conversation Messiah was having with the Samaritan woman. Samaria as well. That was in Israel, the north. And remember, those people were brought in. Those were not the Israelites who came into the way of Jacob and his 12 sons. But the Father has a way and the world has a way. The difference is the instruction. The Father's going to make you an owner. Why? Because you have to own. You that's going to have to establish his kingdom. That's what we pray. It's you that's going to have to establish, proving that good and perfect will by keeping his instruction. Being him. You are sons. And they yet appear what you shall be. And now you should be getting wisdom. You should be seeking knowledge. You should be getting that understanding on how sons and daughters of the Most High operate. How? Through the Bible. You have to consecrate yourself to study. This is real life. This is a profession. What up, baby? I'm falling asleep. What's all the noise? That's me moving this dessert. I was cooking a burger. I turned it over. I had to turn it over. I was killed already. Cooking me a burger to eat. That's what you hear. Other than that, you know what time it is. It's that word time. That's like I was just looking at the Chicago situation. I'm right here in Chicago. I'm from the south side, low end. But I'm paying attention to the migrant. This migrant situation that's going on. It's crazy. Crazy. And that's another thing. That's why the Most High want to wake his people up. We got our hands. Think about it. We following politics. Politics, government. The government says if we vote and do other things, participate, we as voters will get, there's voting is based on quid pro quo. If I vote for you, you give me something in return for that vote. But here you have today our people going through hell and hot water. They about pissed off because they're not getting nothing in return through that system. See the difference? It matters. That in itself should be enough to open your eyes to understand. You're a different people. You want the blessings of the Most High, then you should keep the Most High's commandments, his law, statutes, and commandments. You understand? That's how you're going to attain the blessings. Then you will walk as sons. There's a certain way you should be moving. The world will see, which we know is spiritual. It's not in me following what man says and executing it, getting that down to a T. No. It's me being a son. Though it yet appear what I may be, this is what we're working towards. To do that good and perfect will of the Most High. Don't worry about people. People gonna say all type of things about you. They're gonna turn on you. They're not gonna follow you as you follow the Messiah. Which I wouldn't be expecting nobody to follow me, no way. I'm not your leader. Although I am a leader, just as you are a natural born leader. The Most High is not going to create nothing lesser than himself. He's the leader. So when he created you in his image and likeness, that's what he created, leaders. 25 minutes. So this message is geared towards you recognizing that you have who you are and purpose based on the Father's will, what he created and sent forth, and your purpose. And what you following instruction, studying to show yourself approved so you can know the mind of Christ, what he spoke, how he moved, what the Father established, what's the Father's commandments, what is the law. The law establishes a culture, the kingdom culture. The law, natural laws of God, which we keep and follow to the best of our abilities in spirit and in truth, establishes God's heaven here in earth in everything we think, say, and do. Because we follow the word. The word is our authority. The word is the Father's authority rooted in his government. That's why we follow Christ. Because the Father's government rests where? In Christ, the Mashiach. Isaiah 9:6. For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulder. What government? The kingdom of heaven. And his name shall be called Wonderful, Counselor, the Mighty Elohim, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace. Of the increase of his government and peace there shall be no end, upon the throne of David and upon his kingdom, to order it and to establish it with judgment and with justice from henceforth even forever. The zeal of Yahuwah of hosts will perform this. This is the Father. He's guaranteeing that that Son will operate in the order of that instruction that he gave you. And he guarantees that if you commit your ways to his, you will come to that higher knowledge of self. You will operate as sons and daughters of the Most High. You will understand that his kingdom dwells in you. And everything you think, say, and do, even allow into your eye gates, your ear gates, it will be done in a manner that's pleasing to the Most High. And we're going to leave it right there. 8:55. What else I want to share? This message is based on John, remembering that John 1 and John 14. The premise of my understanding of being here, but yet being set apart according to the instruction of the Father, is based on John chapter 14, 1 John chapter 3, verse 2. We are sons of Yah, and they yet appear what we may be. Then we get the instruction from John 1, John 14. The whole book is instruction. His word is an instruction manual for life. That's for everything with the breath of life in it. John 14. If ye shall ask anything in my name, I will do it. 15. If ye love me, keep my commandments. Verse 16. When you keep his commandments, you can then know of a surety and have a hope in his word to know that you're going to receive everything that he has spoken in his word. According to your faith. We walk by faith and not by sight. But no, he will do it. And I will pray because it's you putting the work behind it to ensure that it gets done. Faith, without works towards that your heart has intentions on achieving. He weighs the intentions of your heart, and if they are in alignment with what He has established for you already, it shall, and it is so. It shall and will come to pass. One thing about the word, the scriptures can't be broke. You can tell me, oh, Dwayne, y'all not this and not that. Y'all twisting the scriptures. You blind. You don't understand. But I can show you in the word where things that's happening in my life, things that's happened to us people as a nation before the German fellow who created the race classifications, Blumenbach. Blumenbach. I don't remember his full name, but look up Blumenbach and search out the race classification. It's going to tell you what he's known for. But that's who established these four different points of race classification. Well, the Most High didn't establish that. And my point being, if I follow his instruction, his understanding, then that's what I would look to. And whatever is offered in what he's establishing, that's going to be my reward. Now, in reality, when I follow the Father according to his word, guess what it's going to do? It's going to bring forth the blessings. It's going to release not just blessings, but it's authority for you, even though you're in the world. Why? John 14:16. And I will pray the Father, and he shall give you another comforter, that he may abide with you forever. So that means to ensure these things, the Father's going to send that assurity with you in lockstep in obedience with doing his will. Verse 17, even the Spirit of truth, whom the world cannot receive, because it seeth him not. So if they don't see that big old Bentley out there, they don't see me running around with $1,000 pair of shoes on, $2,000 outfit on, with a fresh haircut every week, lining. They ain't gonna think. Then let's look at that and examine, because that can mislead you, family. Although I may look like Moses' uncle, you know what I'm saying, and I don't spend money on things like that, that don't mean I'm broke. That don't mean I don't have, in the sense of having assets, liquid assets, you know. So let's not be deceived by man. The Spirit will lead and guide you. Even the Spirit of truth, whom the world cannot receive, because it seeth him not, neither knoweth him, because he have a specific instruction that's related to the Father's commandments. It's not going, you're not going to get it like I hear a lot of people, oh, God gave me a job. God gave you a job. He told you, yeah, you're going to work. But he also told you, he gave you an instruction on how to work. And you have to search it out. He made you rule over everything he created. You want to get a bed, you want a bed? Okay, buy you some land. And I'm quite sure there's trees on there. Cut you some wood. Measure the thing out. Find you the schematics and what type of bed you want. Cut that wood and design it. Or have somebody else design it. But you can get the land and get the wood. Whom the world cannot receive, because it seeth him not. It don't see that spirit in them. So that means you don't see yourself in the Bible. You don't see yourself being who the Father has declared you to be. So you won't claim. You won't take what he's telling you is yours, that we know the enemy is taking hold of. But ye know him, for he dwelleth with you and shall be in you, because the evidence will speak for itself. Choose this day whom you will serve. Anyway, peace and blessings, family. I hope you enjoyed this message. I pray that it is the Holy Spirit of the Most High that will lead and guide you to all truth, to bring you to that knowledge of your higher self. Your power is within you, because His word is His authority. Let's say, what the, I hear a nigga. That's Phil. I got the TV on upstairs. All right, family. Thanks for stopping by. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend. Let's build. Shalom.